one time. If you put us in, then it's crunch time. We eat the cob like it's lunchtime. If we talking sports, we ain't nothing nice. All we really need is one time. If you put us in, then it's crunch time. We eat the cob like it's lunchtime. If you talking sports, we ain't nothing nice. We just call it how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. It's a first down or a rebound. I dish it out for the assist. We just call it how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. It's a first down or a rebound. I dish it out for the assist.
What's going on? What's going on? Call it how you see it, nation. Here we go for episode number 2. We got two, baby. This is 2. So we're doing pretty good, man. We getting up there on the ladder, man. We got some excellent topics to talk about this week, man. Man, first off, man, how y'all feel about that boy Deshaun Watson, man? He went from 22 to 0 and possibly got a new contract.
It's a free man. It's a free man. These hoes ain't shit, man. These
hoes
ain't
shit.
They not
Bro.
shit.
Hey, what did they say? These hoes ain't loyal, bro.
These
It's like
hoes
little,
ain't
it's not
loyal.
loyal.
Oh,
They're not loyal. And
Man.
then the next up on that list, man, you know, of course,
Harmonizing this shit.
and next up on that list, my man, the most blockbuster trade since the Herschel Walker trade that everybody's talking about, man, is Russell Wilson to the Broncos.
yeah,
oh my
man.
gosh.
I
got a lot to say on
They
that.
got Sierra, man. They got Sierra. Goddamn.
But fellas, but even in this chime in, man, is it safe to say, why does everybody feel like Aaron Rodgers is better than Russell Wilson? Maybe we could break that down and make people see that ESPN ain't always telling them.
Why you still
the
saying?
truth.
Why you still saying that damn name on here?
You know what? I swear I gotta stop calling his name.
Don't
His name
say
is-
that damn.
My bad. It's a
Oh,
miserable day in the
Shit.
neighborhood.
Just
Y'all know
say-
what I'm talking
Now,
about,
that was
man.
funny.
Just say fake John Wick. Shit.
Oh, fake John Wick. Oh man, I just called him
Shit.
the miserable Mr. Rogers.
Don't
And
say.
then lastly,
Ugh.
our last topic, fellas, that we will discuss, man, will be Coach K, man, the great, legendary
Yes, sir.
coach,
Yes,
Coach
sir.
K,
Go.
man.
Come on.
Yes,
One of
sir.
the greatest men to ever grace a basketball
Yes, sir, man.
clipboard or a basketball court, man.
Man.
So, fellas, let's kick this off, man. Fellas, it's good to see y'all, man.
It's
We
good
got
to see
Amori
y'all,
J, we
man.
got Eddie Dean, we got JJ,
How you
we
doing,
got
fellas?
myself.
How y'all
Good to
doing?
see you. Hey, I love the energy. I love the energy.
I like
love
it tonight.
I
I'm
love
feeling
it.
the
I love it.
vibe.
I love
The
it.
first one I was kind of stiff a little
Ambiance.
bit, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But now feeling really good, man. So, fellas, man, again, man, before we start, man, we'd like to go ahead and just make a cheers for everybody, man. On the
Oh
Hennessy,
yeah.
please make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
if you guys decide to drink, man, please drink water. You know what I mean? To make sure like
Yeah.
you stay hydrated, man. So before we tackle these topics, let's go ahead and get a swig
I'm
off
always,
the good
I'm
old
always
Henny.
for a good time, man. Sure.
Mix the glass with the Coke and the hen. It's quite
Mhm.
all right. Put the dro in the wind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Call
So
it
let's
how
get
we
into
see
it,
man.
fellas.
Let's get it.
Topic number 1. My boy Deshaun Watson has magically made 22 cases turn into 0. Man, that has to piss Bob McNair off, fellas. You know what I mean? Just a little bit.
I don't even know if that's
Dini.
magically. I don't even know if
David
that's
Blaine.
I don't even know if that's magically because the shit might have never been real from the get go. That shit,
It
you know,
might have been
saying?
an illusion.
It might have been an illusion.
Yeah.
So,
man.
So-
yeah.
the question that I want to ask everybody, man, which I think is highly important, man, like, where do you guys see him going? What teams do you think are possibly interested in him?
Mm.
And then to reverse it a little bit, do you think that maybe his career was sabotaged by Bob McNair?
Okay. Okay.
Eddie Dean, my
Oh,
man.
Shit,
I want to start with you.
I
And the
hit
reason,
lotto again.
yes. And look, the reason why I want to start with you, because out of all of us, man, you are probably the most passionate Texan fan when it comes down to expressing yourself.
I'm not a season ticket holder like some people.
I might be in front of him. I might be. No, I'm
Might
just-
be in
we
front
got-
of
I'm
him.
bullshit. I'm
Yeah.
bullshit.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I
like,
know.
man, I thought you was over there with Prince, man. You know what I mean? You're like, you all purple and gold.
Purple rain.
Yeah.
I just need to interrupt there for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta correct before we go any further, but it's Cal McNair, not Bob. Bob is already.
Oh, Bob is gone.
Yeah,
Oh, my
he
bad.
had
Well,
the-
he
like,
acting like
like your brother say he at the crossroads.
oh, he at the crossroads. Oh, meet him at the crossroads.
Like Caesar say, he at the crossroads. Please show him that, because that's his line. He love to say somebody went to the crossroads.
My bad. Guess what? The apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Now, I'm just all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's
And
because
I'm
it was.
good.
That's only because it was a short tree. That's why.
So, Eddie, man, let's go ahead and let's kick this baby off, man, before we have insults just slurring everywhere.
Well,
How you feeling, man?
We gonna kick this shit off. I'm gonna
We
tell
gonna
you
kick
now.
this shit
I'm about to start some shit. So
Okay,
you should have
it's
started with me.
showtime.
Start your shit there.
That's all
It's
I know.
showtime.
Let's get it.
Look here, all I know. I remember about maybe shit, man. It was like 3 hours ago. And I don't remember. I don't know exactly what was going on, but I started seeing all kind of weird texts in my phone from like 2-3 dudes. I'm like, and I thought I knew them. I thought we were cool. I'm like, what am I seeing? What am I looking at? But I started seeing all kind of shit about the Steelers and all kind of shit about Tampa Bay, and I'm like, what's going on? I thought you think you know somebody, man. And I said, what
you think you know somebody, yeah.
I said, it really was disappointing to me because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I said, man, what kind of shit is this? So let's see what kind of shit this is. Okay, it's a lot of things to turn over with this, right? So, and it's a lot because you put a lot in that question, especially the whole point about what we keep talking about how real was this shit. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we get to that.
We all got to jump in on that.
Yeah.
So, check this out. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this shit, right? So, all right, you got Deshaun, right? And this motherfucker here, he's in the contract until 2025. I think this past season he made, just sitting on his ass, he made about like what 10.5 million or some shit like that. So no problem. You know, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I've been pretty optimistic. I'm like, okay, well, they got Lovey now. Maybe Lovey has done everything.
I told y'all.
You did. You know what? Let's give you the credit for that one because that was about a month ago. Me and you had that conversation between the four of us, and you did. So, Lovey gonna do it. I said bullshit. You was like, yeah.
I told you.
I'm a grown man. I admit when I'm
Bob, Cal, Carl, Lewis. I mean McNair. As long as it's a McNair, they make dumbass decisions.
They do some crazy shit. They do shit I don't understand. So I'm not gonna say that like I told you today for clarification, that I didn't say what happened. I just said let's see what happened if they get Lovey. Let's see what he do. But you did make that call though. I'm with y'all. So
I love it when
no problem. This is the thing that I think people need to understand. Now this is the part I was looking at. I get what y'all are saying. Because for the record, we know what we're talking about. Yeah. I'm one of those people that looked at the whole thing with Seattle. I'm like, oh, he going to Seattle. So that's a done deal. Look at all the picks they got.
Because all them picks they have. Yeah.
From the jump, a whole 2-3 guys I consider my brothers were telling me, no, Eddie, no, that ain't happening, man. And I'm like, no, I see that happening. Now, I see it happening because honestly, in all truth, they got enough from what they received with the trade with Russell Wilson, no problem. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is they got a lot. But the thing about it is what I'm looking at and what I had to check out for myself is what do these other teams have to offer? What do they have to give up and what do they have to put on the line to make that trade happen? And if it happens at all, if he doesn't go anywhere to begin with. So I think that the Vikings, like the Vikings got, Amari, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's your team. I think they got like the 12th overall pick.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm like, okay, well, that's not bad. And they also got Cousins. So I'm like, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
They'd have to sweeten that pot. I'd want at least I'd want like 2 first rounds. I ain't gonna lie. One this year, one next year.
Yeah, I would do Cousins. But I would do that.
I'd even want Thielen a little bit, but I'm greedy. So
we asking for the world on this
shit. Fuck it. Let me tell you why I'm asking for the world. Because it's a two-way street. Let me tell you something. When you got some shit you trying to get rid of, you'll sell it to any fucking body. You just hope somebody wants to buy that shit. But right now, when those women or those people, the laws, whoever the shit, when they that lawyer, that judge, when they turn water into wine and them 20 cases went away,
22 gone.
22, excuse me. Let me
22. You gotta put the deuce on that, baby.
Yeah, let me. The deuce matters because one is enough. So
because one is enough to get you.
When they made that shit, when they lullabied that shit, made it go to heaven to crazy bitch heaven. I'm gonna tell you something. That gave Houston a lot of room to negotiate. And I'm gonna tell you why. Right. Not because of what's going on, but this year, right now in 22, but because of what happened last year. He didn't play at all. Houston is in a place where they didn't know what to expect or what they were going to get. Now, that's not saying that they're not comfortable standing pat. Yeah. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that at this point, with them having him sold up till 25, like fuck it. We just got through a year. We can make it happen. I'm gonna be honest. I would not be surprised, even what they passed in Tampa Bay, if Lovey was to try to pick up famous Jameis. So it ain't like they losing shit. They can pick up somebody in free agency and fucking Watson can go right on the bench. Now you want to get value, but I'm gonna tell you something. There, in my mind, Houston's in the driver's seat right now. So they're not gonna just give this motherfucker away, man. So I wouldn't. I ain't even no GM. I ain't shit. So
I feel what you're saying, mainly because he's clear now, right? Because like you living off of previous year success, you know that he's good.
Yes, they had to hope. Oh man, I hope Miami. I hope Miami want to make that trade. I hope this goes down and blah blah. But that ain't the case no more, bro. They got two things going for them: the shit's cleared, and the fact that they already know what a season like without him. Like they've already learned to live without him. It's like once, dog. Everybody know you and your woman get mad, you miss her a little bit. Like, damn, I gotta wash my own clothes and. Man, you know, it's kind of cold on that side of the bed and shit.
Yeah,
I lost
none of that shit. Yeah,
I miss it. But let a few weeks go by, you be like, man, shit, fuck, man, I'm good. I done went this long. I'll be all right. And that's kind of what's in my mind. That's what's going on with them, where they at a place where it's more or less like, okay, we've already survived and we suffered, but we didn't been without you. We don't have to be with you now. Now, that don't mean they want to hold on to them, but they don't care. I'm saying that they're going to get as much for their dollar as they can. And I really believe that in my heart of hearts. That's just the Vikings. I think, to be fair to Mark, if anywhere, I think that's the best choice, or that's the most probable choice of where he might go if he leaves.
Yeah.
I looked at the Steelers. I think they got like the 28th overall pick. They got 7 altogether. And it's like, to me, it's that pot just ain't as sweet. So it's not saying it ain't possible, but who are they really willing to come off of? Are they willing to come off Deontay Johnson? Are they willing to come off of Claypool? Are they willing to come off of a TJ? I mean, think about it. What do they can use the quarterback, but it's all about how much is enough for Houston to feel like that's worth the trade, is what I'm saying. So I looked at that, and I think somebody else mentioned the Bucks. I don't even see that happening. So.
Well, I did, but I don't want to interrupt you whenever I say that.
It would be a great. Don't get me wrong.
It'd be a great, but you're right
possible.
though.
I'm not gonna.
But they don't have no true. Yeah, they don't really have no true assets to like they really.
It's possible.
Ready to get rid of.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust me if they get to a place where they feel like they want to like throw the farm at him. It could happen. I'm not saying nothing is impossible.
I think their hopes are still in Tom Brady coming back in some form of fashion.
Possibly. But I'm gonna be honest. I like Pittsburgh. I think that the Bucks would probably be the best place for them to go because they ready. They ready. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But what would you have to give up though? Yeah.
But what they got to get, exactly. You got to look at it from the Houston standpoint of what are we trying to get and what are we trying to, like how are we trying to like basically make this happen. So no, in all honesty, man, like I said, I think like it's a good possibility that with everything that Lovey has like he's been kind of like working on that with him. Like you can tell like he's been trying to kind of fellowship with him a little bit and try to keep that like that path open for him to stay. I would love for him to stay if he wants to play, because at this point you'll have to pay a few fines, probably whatever type of civil cases he got and stuff like that, but that's about it. At the end of the day,
I mean, I don't even see no fines being in place because he was cleared,
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about with the NFL. I'm talking about in civil suits.
Okay.
Yeah. He was cleared for all the criminal stuff, I think.
Yeah. But everything else is going to drop off now.
Possibly. I've known OJ to get not guilty and still got to pay people later in civil cases. So you never know.
Yeah. But OJ really killed somebody. That's big.
I mean,
that motherfucker got away with murder, bro.
Bro, this nigga wrote a book about it. I mean, I don't think it's a secret no more, right? Hey, you know what, man? I probably shouldn't say this, man, but you know what it is, man. Hey, Ford, I'm just saying they got a Bronco edition out there, man, and that's all I'm saying. And you can read in between the lines after that, bro. They got a Bronco edition out there. But all jokes aside, but I do want to ask this question though, because I feel like before we get to Amari J next, right? But if you are Deshaun Watson, though, why would you want to stay with Houston though, bro? Like, because to me, on the way I see it, bro, it's kind of like the McNair's kind of sabotaged your reputation.
Yeah.
And also sabotaged your career. So, like, why would you want to stay with a team, man, that basically threw you under the bus? You know what I mean? And made you look like somebody that you possibly not. And again, for all the women out there, I don't want you to take offense to saying, like, I'm saying that he's completely innocent. I don't know none of that, man. Yeah. All I know is that a jury said that he was clear to go. So, to me, a clear go to me.
Yeah. You're innocent.
No matter what suit you're wearing, and you can figure out what I mean by suit, no matter what suit you're wearing, because if he was wearing a different color suit and somebody said he was clear, that's the first thing that people in the other suits would be saying, right? The brother's free. You know what I mean? He's cleared. So therefore, to me, we should just leave it where it's at, man. Whatever happened, apparently only him, whoever, and God knows. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that this brother would want to play with somebody like that. So I'm asking you, do you feel like he would want to play there? You know what I mean? Going forward. Or is that just something you just suck it up and be like, you know what, you tried to fuck me, but I'm going to stick around and help you?
Yeah.
I just find that to be odd. I wouldn't help his ass. I'm sorry. I'm asking for a trade.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't. Matter of fact, oh man, God, I know I can't say his name no more. But miserable day in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That guy, if he can do that shit, then Deshaun Watson can do the same thing too, and nobody should really say anything about it. I wouldn't want to play with his ass. But Amari J, let me get you up in there real quick, man. How you feel about Deshaun, man?
So me, man, I guess it's different ways you can go with this. I'll start off by saying where I think he can go. I'll get to the other stuff later. Jose ain't shit. I will start off with that. But I've always said honestly that I felt the man was innocent. And again, behind the scenes, you never know nobody. That's life in general,
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you never
We're all Rey Mysterio.
The fact that you never heard anything about this man in college, right? And he was in the midst of the spotlight in Clemson. You know what I'm saying? If there was to be any kind of personal problems with this person, anything like that, I feel like it would have came out in Clemson, right? He had no issues ever in Clemson. He gets to the NFL, quiet, balls out, quiet, balls out. Soon as he says, I don't want to be here no more, all of a sudden, all these things come out, right? Then today, he's cleared of all criminal charges. So from the get-go, I've been saying this, just the whole situation stinks and smells weird to me and smells fishy. I've always said that I felt that the Houston Texans had something to do with this. Will we ever be able to prove this? Probably not. No, we won't. But I've always said I felt the Texans had something to do with this. I whether they knew some weird shit was going on in his life outside of football and they just been not saying nothing or whatever the case be, it just was too close, bro. It just was too close. And you don't hear it on ESPN and all that because they're not going to say the Texans had something to do with this because that's their ass. On here.
Protect the shield.
Yeah, on here, we ain't got to protect shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't. We say what the fuck we want. We call it how we see it.
How we see it.
And I feel like the Texans have something to do with it, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Jose ain't shit. Texans has
hold on, wait. And before you say that too, because I do want to add this too. Because with them, our view, right, of us seeing like them knowing something, don't that make them just as guilty about not saying something 22 people later?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
but
22 people later.
I'm like you, they had. I do agree with both of y'all. They had to know something. You're right.
But that's the thing though. That's
Fishy, bro.
That's the NFL. That's how it works, right? We're not in slave days.
That's how the mafia work.
Like, you feel me? Like we've made a long stride. We're not in the slave days anymore, but we're just in a modern day slave situation now, basically, bro. Like, they're still getting away with everything they want to get away with as these owners. As we can see with Miami, we have somebody suing, saying that you tried to pay me to lose games. Why would any man that wants to coach in the NFL lie about some shit like that, right? This is not something that just is brand new. This is stuff that's been going on forever. But most people have been taking the money and not saying nothing. Flores is like, I'm not that dude. And so that's a whole nother topic, right? So let me get back to this, Deshaun Watson. Okay, I'm going to get back to where I think he's going to go or where he could go, possibilities. I'm going to start off with the Steelers, right? Black head coach, African-American head coach, Tomlin. We all respect the hell out of him. We all respect the organization. We talked about the Steelers already, how much we all appreciate what they do, over there. So that's one.
Day in, day
Mike
out.
Tomlin, right? Okay. Then they went and got Flores. We've been heard of the ties with Flores wanting to coach Watson and Watson possibly going to Miami the past couple of years. That's two, right? Okay. Then they have stud receivers in Claypool, Deontay Johnson, a stud running back in Najee Harris, a defense that can possibly be a top 6-7 defense. I mean, if they're fully healthy, they're top 5 for sure, right? So they have
re-signed Juju. I don't know if he signed with nobody yet.
Not yet. He hasn't re-signed yet. He's going to test the waters. I'm pretty sure he's going to leave too. I could see him going to the Raiders, but I
think he is. But
that's another day, another story.
Yeah.
So again, that's what he has if he goes to the Steelers, which is, that's good.
That's a good place to go, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Now the negatives, you still don't have an offensive line. You still kind of running for your life in a sense. Offensive line is horrible. Or was just Big Ben too slow to get the ball off? But that's another situation. That's my Steelers take. Next, Buccaneers. Eddie Dean said it. They're ready to go. They're pretty much a plug and play. You plug in a quarterback, they're ready to go. They have Stutz and Godwin. They already said they're trying to get him back on a long-term deal. They have Evans. They have Fournette. They have O.J. Howard. They have a same thing with the defense. They draft well and plug in a couple small, some secondary players in that draft and draft well. Their defense is very solid, And then on top of that, they also have a proven coach in Arians. So again, Steelers and Bucks, they're hand in hand. He can pick where he wants to go with that, I would say Bucks is probably over the Steelers, but, depending on what Deshaun Watson likes, maybe he likes the Steelers more. Next, obviously, would be the Vikings. You have a young offensive-minded coach, right? That we got, Kevin McConnell. He's an offensive-minded coach. You get an offensive-minded coach with any kind of quarterback, especially with like Deshaun Watson, it's tempting, because he's not just trying to run the ball. And I didn't say this either, but when it comes to the Steelers, they want to run the ball. They would like to. Now, unless they decide to finally change over all of a sudden, bro. But they want to pound the ball. So now we come over to the Vikings. We have Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. We have Irv Smith Jr. coming back. We have Conklin coming back. We have Dalvin Cook. We have Madison. A lot of freaking playmakers. We have, a defense that can potentially, we know what our defense has been, but the last couple of years we've stumbled, but it's been a lot of injuries as well. Danielle Hunter comes back. Eric Kendricks comes back. Smith comes back. We draft well, get some corners. We've been tied and linked up to Xavier Howard for a while from the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh, that would. Ooh.
We're not too far as getting pieces to make our defense back to being a top 10 defense. And so if you get a top 10 defense with the offensive weapons that the Vikings have, with a offensive-minded young coach who just won a championship, why would you? Again, I'm not taking away from Steelers or the Bucks. And I'm not even saying because I'm a Vikings fan. I'm looking at the pieces. And as far as offensive weapons, I believe our offensive weapons, Vikings offensive weapons, are better than the Bucks and the Steelers. And that's just my take on that. Defense is better with the Bucks. So you can take that. But again, when you're an offensive player or quarterback, you want to get your numbers in, get paid. We got offensive weapons and we got an offensive-minded coach. That's
nice
that.
take. That's a nice take.
I'll get to the last one. My sleeper is the Carolina Panthers. And here's why. Because I feel
Oz got big on this one. Yeah, please let me know.
And reason why I say this is because the Panthers are so desperate to get a quarterback, to get not just any quarterback, to get a franchise quarterback. Vikings, I feel like we're okay if we have to go with Kirk Cousins because we know what he's going to give us. Panthers, they gave up picks and stuff to go get Sam Darnold and realized, Sam Darnold is, why
he can't stay healthy either.
Yeah. And so the Panthers are my sleeper choice because I feel they will give up the farm. I feel they'll be the team that will outbid all teams to get him.
I got to interrupt. That's what, no offense. Like, I get everything you said. I agree with 1,000%. But that's the question. Every team that you named that we talked about earlier, they all are potentially like playoff teams. Great, can go deep, not in the playoffs. But who is going to have what Houston wants to take Watson? It's not like he's a free agent.
Exactly.
They got to He got okay it too, though. Don't get me wrong. But
exactly,
they want that trade. So
and that's why I said my sleeper. And that's the next.
And that's
thing.
why I agree with you.
That's why I'm with you on this one because he got me on this one. Yeah,
because they got what something that Houston can say. Okay, well we want.
I can see Carolina throwing 3 first rounds and a 4th and a conditional 6th or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Now the only thing that we come back to reality. Deshaun does have the waive clause where he can tell them where he wants to go.
He don't want to go there. Yeah,
exactly. Now with that being said, it doesn't mean they still won't get what Carolina is throwing at them. They can use that and say, hey Vikings, hey Bucks, hey Steelers, hey so and so. Well, he may not waive this clause to go to Carolina, but just know Carolina's offering this, and this is what we're standing still at because this is the best offer we got, and we're not having a bidding war. This is what we want. The first to come with it is gonna have him. That's my take on where I think he would go. The last thing I can say is that you know, again, I still think that everything was suspect with the situation with the Houston Texans. I'm glad that his name was cleared because I've always thought highly of this man. You know, as a person and a player, he's actually one of my favorite quarterbacks. You know, yeah, to watch and everything.
Just watch play, man.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy that his name was cleared today. You know, I'm excited to see what's next for him, and that's my take on Deshaun Watson.
Man, JJ, I got to get you in here, man, because
hold on before
yeah.
JJ. Before let me. I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I want to say this before JJ starts. So I would like to hear his answer this. And you too, Amar. Hell, you too, D.
Yeah.
Are we saying that we don't think that the stuff like that it's not true, or what are we saying?
I mean, we're not. None of us are investigators or cops or
you're right.
You know,
you're right.
And
I ain't Batman.
Only thing I
that's
can
Christian
say,
Bale.
We just speculating. I just want to know what y'all think.
All I can say is this is what I'm gonna say about this with that question. We know that whenever it comes to a black man, they're gonna try the best. They're going to go all out to get a black man with money and with power. They're going to try they're going to do everything in the books to try to shut him down if these things are true. And obviously there was not enough
to shut him down. That's the point that I was getting at when I was talking about
money or not does not matter. If there's a black man in the system with money and power like this, they live for days like this to try to make an example of them, and they couldn't make an example of Watson. So that for me, that's enough.
Okay.
I'm look, I stand on this boat, man, and I said before and I say it again, man. Like this is a real situation because a lot of women and a lot of men, you know what I mean, go through this, man. So nobody on this set is taking it like lightly, but we're just saying at the end of the day, man, 22 to 9 to 0 says a lot. 22 means there's 22 people saying something. 9 people actually stepped up to the plate to actually tell their story, and then 0 is how the jury felt about it. You know what I mean?
And real quick, to throw one more thing in there, I mentioned to y'all a while ago how we had drafted 2 corners within the first round. We had 2 picks. No, 3, I'm sorry. Within the first and second round, we had drafted Jeff Gladney, which we thought was going to be a big time cornerback, and then we went and got Cameron Dantzler. And I was telling y'all about the other cornerback. I said he got that case where he, you know, basically where he was. I guess they claimed he was beating on a woman. Yeah. Okay, and so what I'm coming back to real quick, he don't have that much money. He was on a rookie deal within his first season. Jeff Gladney, he was also just cleared yesterday of his case. And so money or not, that's another big win because he don't have no money. He was on a rookie deal, and then we cut him because we didn't want no ties to that situation. And money or not, they tried to get him, and there was not enough evidence, you know? And so now we're talking about a man like Watson who's way bigger than this guy. And like I said, they're going to try.
He's damn near like the face of the franchise. He's the face of Houston.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I'm just saying real quick, like I said, Gladney, same situation, domestic violence against a woman or his girlfriend, and was just cleared yesterday.
That's true. That's fishy. You're right.
Yeah. And so man, I just feel like when it comes to African-American men, we just have to really, really watch. I mean, we know this. We have to watch everything we do, we say. The world is a lot more sensitive to things that you say. The world takes everything out of context nowadays. It's not the same, you know? But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, though, and finish up.
Oh, no, man, because you basically said the same thing that I was getting ready to say, man. At the end of the day, for me, man, 22 to 9 to 0, man, says a lot, man. And again, it's not to say that none of these things didn't happen. It's just to say that we went from a big number to a mediocre number to nothing at all. And all I'm saying is this, man, is that we just, I'm gonna say as people, man, we have to make better decisions, you know what I mean, on what we're doing. Mainly when we have money, power, and respect, man.
That's what I would get at.
Because even Jerry Jones is dealing with something right now because his alleged or estranged daughter, you know what I mean, who he paid for to not ever find out his identity, is going through his own little, you know, spew. But to say this, man, and I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna get a little X-rated here, man. Look, and I'm talking to you, Deshaun, man, and I'm letting you know wherever you go after this, man. And if you want your ass tickled, bro, marry somebody, bro. Marry a woman, man. Get a wife. Get somebody, man. You want your ass ate, she can eat your ass, bro.
Oh,
right now, bro. Just please
do me a favor. Get JJ's take. Get JJ's take, but don't forget about me because I want to let you know how. I want to let you know how I felt. Get JJ's take.
Hey, the liquor is talking.
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm not getting my ass ate. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not neither though, but that's his thing though. I mean, That's what they accused him of.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. JJ,
I'm just all I'm saying. JJ, go ahead, chime in.
I'm gonna get to that. JJ, get your take and don't forget about me. I gotta finish this one.
Man, I mean, y'all have covered basically everything that I wanted to say. I mean,
y'all stupid, man.
God, I love this show, man. I love this show.
I'm not letting nobody play my ass, bro. I'm hearing nobody say.
Hey, man, some people just into that shit, man.
Hey, exactly right. Hey, look, Judge, I'm so sorry again, bro. Like everybody has a different side of a freak, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gets.
I'm about to get to that.
Okay,
JJ, please.
Okay, JJ, go ahead, please.
Yeah, we'll definitely touch on that.
I'm a freak, but nah. Oh fuck. All right, go, JJ.
Go ahead, JJ, man. I'm sorry, dog.
Go.
Fuck, bro.
I mean, I know, like the perspective you're trying to give out, you know, that got cases, and most of them disappeared. He hasn't had anything, going since college. You know, he doesn't have a record, none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, sometimes you could keep some of that stuff under wraps.
Come on, JJ.
Come on, JJ, preach.
Some people don't. It's harder for some people than others. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, y'all can look at most of the stuff and kind of defend them, but I know I'm probably gonna look into this a little bit more than y'all. I mean, or make a bit. But if you're dating Mia Khalifa, like, you got some kind of something going on, man. Not any normal person don't just go around and date a porn star. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
You got stuff going on there.
Come on, you getting there?
Preach.
Let's cook. Let's cook, JJ. Let's cook.
Cook this, bro.
Yeah, we about to fry this. Come on.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was gonna be a porn star when I was younger. I ain't gonna lie to you, but keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're dating Mia Khalifa, that's because you into some stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. No, not Wiz. You said Wiz Khalifa?
No, not Wiz Khalifa.
Oh,
man.
Mia. Okay. No, okay, bet. I just want to make sure. I'll make sure. Okay. I want to make sure.
Hey, man, don't throw that man under the bus like that, bro.
No, I'll make sure. Hey, no, Mia Khalifa, she with the shits. But go, continue.
I mean, he with the shits too.
Hey, no, even Drake. Drake even went after Mia Khalifa. So that tell you something.
I mean, he went after Wiz Khalifa too. That's probably why he liked people messing with his asshole.
That's what I'm saying. Call it how we say it, bro. I mean, that's what it is.
No, hey, keep going. Football. Let's keep going.
Really? What the fuck, man? We fucked up, man.
But I mean, just some word of advice to whoever picks him up: just make sure you put a little parlor inside your stadium and have somebody sign them little contracts where they can leak it and pay those masseuses like $500,000 a year to be playing around, do whatever they got to do.
Disclosure forms and shit. The fucking
hey. Bro, JJ ain't lying on this one, bro. I'm just gonna be 100, bro. Hey, that's the best. Like I said, get a wife to do it, bro. But you're right. If he can't find one, bro, I mean, you might as well pay somebody at this particular point, bro.
No.
Hey, man. I mean, 22 women, he ain't gonna want the same person doing the same thing over and over.
White flag. Surrendered. No more on this. No more.
Okay, man. So Eddie, look, I know you said you wanted to take us out on this one, man. Look, because I done gave my take throughout all y'all takes.
I got to touch on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone, bro.
Just don't touch on Deshaun Watson no more.
All right. Yes. So
no, go ahead, finish this one though.
So okay, I'm about to say some stuff y'all ain't gonna like. Y'all ain't gonna want to hear this shit, but I've always felt this way, and y'all know it. At the end of the day, I'm not saying that he's a fucked up individual, because I don't know that shit. I don't know that dude like that. I know there was a time when I believed in him. I thought he was like about to be that dude. Shit, goddamn, came out of what, Clemson?
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, I was like, wow. And when we got him, we were all like, wow, this is it. Yeah. We finally made it as Texas fans. And I'm gonna tell you something. Finally made it. I'm not knocking a person for what they choose to do in their personal life, man.
Hey, that's his business, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of shit.
But I'm a joke about it.
Oh, we're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh, and this is gonna make me laugh even better. But I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Cheers to that shit.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's not that. But this is the thing I told y'all before, and I'm gonna stick to this. I'm sorry, I'm not about to let him off the hook. I'm not trying to make this motherfucker like guilty in the court of public opinion. But what I am saying is I'm gonna keep the same energy. Honestly, the thing about it is everybody has a brand, and he came out and his brand was Mr. Squeaky Clean. Now he never sat there and looked us in the face and made a commercial saying I'm like he Charles Barkley, like I'm not a role model. I'm not, you know, I'm Mr. Squeaky Clean. But what he has done is he sold himself as a person. So I'm gonna tell you, like I told y'all when we were just talking shit about this, everything that came out at first was like, oh man, Deshaun and fucking these hoes and masseuse and shit. And I was like, wow, what the fuck are you into? I'm like, what kind of shit that is? I was texting y'all. First reaction was, oh no, this is all untrue. These things never happen. Blah blah. As time went on, within about a week or so, it's like, well, he did fuck these hoes, but you know, and it's like
I don't know if it went down that far.
Well, you know, to whatever extent.
That was my remark. I don't think it went that far. That was my original remark. It was like I didn't think it went that far. Not with 22.
Well, maybe not. You know,
what I mean?
On some real shit.
On some real shit, though.
Since we talking about it, because I don't want to do nothing to defamate the man. This is opinion. You know, I'm not trying
to make anybody who probably went through it. You know what I mean? Feel like
exactly.
I'm
not trying to like be insensitive to whoever went through it or otherwise. But I'm telling you, like a way a person will perceive these things when you're hearing them, and you're like, well, what the fuck is going on? So I'm hearing that right off the bat. What it made me feel, and I said this to y'all, is that like, wow, well. So he didn't want people to really think that he was getting down like that, you know, like, and I understand this is personal business, but it's like he did so much to try to maintain that, like, I'm not that person. So what that did was that made me kind of start seeing them different. Like, well, what else is this motherfucker into? And again, that don't mean because somebody chooses to do things behind closed doors, whatever gets them off, that mean that they like are doing illegal shit. And you know, I'm not putting that on that man. I have no clue. Yeah. But what I am saying is I have never seen like a better side since then. Now, y'all made a good point. I think all of y'all made a good point when y'all were making the comment about, well, it's like Houston, like they were basically like an accomplice, because if you knew about the shit, don't just throw that shit out there when you
that
think
makes you guilty, bro.
Yeah,
that makes you
I'm with y'all 1,000% on that.
Because
that's
when he was our man, we got his back. But now that he want to leave,
we don't have his back. So now I'm telling on you, man.
That's, for lack of better word, that's just some hoe ass shit to do to somebody. You know what I mean? That's just some hating ass shit. So I do agree with that. I'm not trying to give them less culpability or take them off the hook. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, I don't know who this person really is. And I'm gonna tell you the last part, and I'm almost done. Whenever all this stuff came out, like, oh well, he wants him to leave and this and that. I get it. Let's say you gotta let's look at it from both sides. Let's say that it's completely false and Houston's setting, you know, their front office is setting him up. Whatever, then I can understand I want to be a part of that organization anymore.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, and because I ain't gonna lie, what Amar said, that was a good point. He made a great point a minute ago when he was like, oh yeah, look at, well, who was it, Amar? You said it was what dude was it? What was his name? The player that got
from the Vikings.
Oh,
from the Vikings.
Jeff Gladney, yeah.
That's it. That's a good point. Like, some of this shit is a little too convenient. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a situation like that. I don't know. But when you just a fan and you seeing these things, it's like, man, something kind of fishy about that. Yeah. And when that person is not like, no, I had nothing to do with this. It's not who I am. I didn't do any of these things. They setting me up. But it's like, well, I mean, I did do some of that shit. Yeah, I am into some of that shit. You know, come on, y'all, cut me some slack, but I don't want to be here no more. Well, okay, then fuck you, bye. You know, it's like, and so that's always kind of left a weird, you know, kind of vibe with me. So I don't know. At the end of the day, it could. That's what made me ask the question, like, well, do we say it's true or not? Like everything, I think that a lot of it is some people that just jumped on board. I'm sure they spiced it up. You know, it is what it is. But if one or two of them are telling the truth,
I feel bad for them.
The truth. Yeah, you know,
I feel bad for them. Like straight up, if it's just like out of the nine that was left,
that man may be completely innocent. Yeah, I'm not trying to throw him out like he's not, but I'm just saying it makes you wonder. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, I'm gonna just say this, man, and we'll leave Deshaun Watson alone and all his problems, man. At the end of the day, man, if you truly into things, bro, like
sometimes you just say shit every. I don't know. You realize how funny that shit be, man. Even all his problems.
But it's his problems, man. But look, my thing is this, man.
Fuckery. We'll leave it alone.
Just wherever you go, man, like just win championships, bro. And then guess what, man? All 22 problems that you got, bro, it'll all go away, bro. Because nobody's gonna remember that for the most part, bro. Mainly because it went down to 0. So I wish him and whoever picks him up.
I wish him luck.
I wish him the best, man. Yeah. I wish him the best, man. So I mean,
nothing but blessings.
He's still a good quarterback, regardless of all of the other shenanigans, man. Well, fellas, it's about that time. It's the Hennessy shot time, man. You know I love me the Henny time, baby. Henny and Patron tequila. JJ probably got him a shot or two, baby. So as as Trick Daddy say, man, mix your glass with the Coke in the hen. It's quite all right. Put the draw in the wind, man.
I probably need
Every
to
good
stop.
conversation, man, is
I probably
good with a
need to
little bit of
stop.
Henny. Nah, bro, it's never time to stop, man. When it comes down to Henny, man.
Shit, after the last
But-
time we went out together, shit.
It's probably time to retire. But always, fellas, anytime that anybody's drinking, man, for like all your listeners out there, man, always drink some water, man, behind every drink, man. It's better to be safe than sorry, man. Please drink responsibly, man. Fellas, let's take that cheers. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Call It How We See It, man. Halftime was great, as always, man. Please drink water and please drink responsibly, man. And always use an Uber, Lyft, or whatever it is like you need to get around, man. Fellas, that was a good drink, man. So salute to y'all again, man. Cheers.
Yeah.
And let's get ready to have good old session number 3. So this is my
Yes,
topic.
sir. Oh yeah, this is your topic for sure.
Oh shit, that hint is good. All right, so let's talk about the biggest trade since the Herschel Walker trade, or some are even saying like the biggest trade ever. You know what I mean in the NFL, man. Russell Wilson leaves Seattle and goes to the Denver Broncos.
Is that right?
So my question to you guys is very simple, man. How do you guys feel about that trade? Does this make the Broncos better? And then the most intriguing question above to me as a Seahawks fan is, do you guys feel like the Seahawks organization chose Pete Carroll over Russell Wilson? JJ, I'm gonna let you kick this one off.
I don't think that Seattle kind of chose Pete Carroll. I guess they kind of wanted to keep Pete Carroll and see if he could smooth things out with Russell Wilson. But at the same time, I think there was just too much friction going on. And I mean, they had been back and forth that Russell supposedly wanted to get out there to some other team, that he wasn't happy there anymore. And I think there must have been some type of truth to it, because obviously you see they pulled off a trade, they got him out of there. And I mean, hell, if he was unhappy and if you're any team and you could get a haul like they did,
yeah.
I mean, you got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if Russell Wilson is over 30 years old, 31, 32.
I think he's 32. I think
32 or 33 years old, something like that.
I mean, he's more of a mobile quarterback, so his lifespan is not going to be like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you've got, maybe, I don't know, another 4 years of good play out of him, I would say.
Yeah.
That's a lot,
fair.
though. That's a lot, though.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
they didn't get but 2 out of Peyton Manning.
I was just about to say that.
So
I was just about to say that. Yeah. And
that's enough for
2
me.
appearances and 1 ring.
That's enough for me.
so
And by the way, they Russell Wilson whooped that ass too. But I mean, that's
Keep going.
That's
Keep
here
going.
there.
Keep going.
but yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he got out of there. He's going to a team with a decent O-line. He doesn't have to stay in Seattle getting beat up every game, because he was running for his life pretty much every single time he was going out there. So he's going to a better team. He's going to a better O-line, and he can actually add some years to his career by going there. So I think it played out good for both Russell Wilson and Seattle Seahawks, because obviously Seattle got a big haul. Russell Wilson can probably prolong his career in Denver. And I mean, Denver was a good team. They just needed that one piece, which is there now.
As we said earlier, it was like a plug and play. A plug and play.
I mean, and they're just in a really tough division. But the thing is, since this division is so tough, they're actually going to be able to compete to at least try to get there.
Yeah.
So they did the right thing. Everybody won, I think, in this situation.
Exactly. So Amari J, man, let me get you to chime in on this one, man.
I think it was a great trade. I think some people will say that they gave him too much. Some people will say, no, Denver won. I think it was great for both sides of the party. This is one of those things where, just it was time, we like, this is one of those relationships, I think everybody, when you grow up in life, right? I think when you're the breadwinner, you put the meat on the table, the bacon on the table. I think there's always that point in a relationship to where it's like, there comes that time where you sit down with your girl, y'all have all these like these prior obligations, and you have this, these ideas, and this, you write down in a book like, okay, this is the plans for the year. Like, okay, you can't spend no more on this. I can't spend no more on this. We're gonna save up. This is what we need to get to. I feel like with the Seahawks, right, when it came to, they said they had just came out and said that we have no intentions on trading him, right? And what I'm trying to get to is that when you're in a serious relationship, there's always that one point where you guys are trying to build together, whether it's to buy a house, get a boat, new car, whatever. Y'all sit down and you say, okay, we're not going to spend no more. Then I see these brand new pair of Jordans that come out, and I'm like, oh shit, I need those, right? But we just came to obligations that shit, I'm not supposed to spend no more money, right? But then I'll buy these pair of J's. Now, I already done bought the motherfuckers, right? But now I'm gonna come to my girl and I'm gonna ask her nicely, hoping she agrees that I can get these J's. But I already even bought the motherfuckers. But I'm gonna come to you and say, hey, babe, damn, my birthday coming up. These J's is finna come out. I always want these J's. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
But you done already bought the J's. But you hoping, you can slide in there like you didn't buy them already, and she agrees with you, and oh shit, I can breathe now. That's what this was. They said they wasn't trading him. They had no expectations. But as soon as them J's came out and them picks came out, oh shit, fuck you. I tried to come to you respectfully, but you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with this situation, because they literally just came out about 2 weeks ago saying they weren't going to trade, or they had no intentions of trading him. And all of a sudden, boom, breaks the headlines. And I'm happy that this happened too, because Aaron Rodgers' punk ass thought he was finna be the headlines of the day. And no, this shit took over everything.
It's a miserable day in this neighborhood.
Fuck you. You ain't the topic of discussion, goddamn Aaron Rodgers. You not. It's Russell Wilson. Now let's get down to that. At the end of the day, this was a great trade for both sides of the party. They get all these picks. They can try to do what they did again when they got lucky and got Russell Wilson in the first place. What was it, the 5th or 6th round pick?
Yeah.
This time they got a bunch of firsts and stuff. So again, it's going to help them rebuild. Denver was a plug and play. Defense was great. With their defense, I believe, was top 5 in the league. Right, man. Right. Then you got Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, Judy, Noah Fant, tight end, who was a stud. Then you have Melvin Gordon, who they plan on bringing back. They have Javonte Williams. They just drafted, stud, a big one too. Russell Wilson has never been with this much talent around him. Ever.
He only had a one punch. Ever.
He had the Legion of Doom, or Legion of Boom, right? Legion of Boom, sorry. And that was, and
it was Doom, all right, because them motherfuckers disassembled.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
4th, 3rd and 1.
And even that year when they won, it was more so the defense that was able to keep giving him opportunity, rather than it was the offense was that high powered, right? He has never been. I've always said that I've prayed. I'm not a Seahawks fan, but I'm a sports fan. I've been dying to see the Seahawks give this man a number 1 superstar receiver, running back, anything. He has not had that. He hasn't. Even when he won, he never had a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 receiver in the league when he won.
Ooh.
He's never had.
Not to cut you off, I'm going to just run down this list real quick. Baldwin, Kurz, Lockett, Wilson, Tate, Miller, Robinson, Harvin, Turbin. I'm going to educate y'all as soon as Eddie Dean finishes take. I'm going to educate y'all on something.
And I'm saying, but even with educating, every name that you just read off, none of them, the year that
second string and third string receivers in the other team.
None of them were ever considered a top 10 receiver. Marshawn Lynch was the best thing that he ever had. And even Marshawn Lynch, he was a streaky running back. He'd get hot certain games. He wasn't going to come every single game and run you over. He was streaky. And so, to mind you, the man don't get enough credit for winning the championships that he did. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
He doesn't get enough credit, and it's mind-boggling to me that they have this man as the fourth best quarterback in the AFC West. How? Because he's not putting up the numbers that Justin Herbert or Mahomes or whatever. Or I think Carr is in that division, right?
Yeah.
Like because what? Because of the last couple seasons.
It's a run first team.
Exactly. It's a run first for him too. As soon as they say hike, he's running for his life.
I've been saying that. Yeah, he runs for his life all the time, bro.
And so it's
1 second and they back there on him.
It is mind-boggling how you have this man, Stephen A. You should be ashamed of yourself to have him at number 4. How? And back to what JJ said. JJ said that he has 4 years, maybe. I think he has longer than that. I think he has 4 years tops if he's with the Seattle Seahawks still, because he's running for his life every fucking play. He has a decent offensive line now. And also, mind you, they gave up all this for their future. You think they're not going to try to get him some more protection? His offensive line is already better than what he's already had. You think they're not going to try to, to get as much as they can out of this? They're going to find some way to get him more protection better than what he has already, which is already better than what he's had with Seattle. And on top of that, he has young receivers who can get off the ball quick and make plays.
I think that like the offensive line is like.
So I think he has more than 4 years. Again, yes, is he a mobile quarterback? Yes, but I think that he would love to play pocket quarterback before having to run for his life. And that's the thing people don't understand. This man is an accurate quarterback. He just don't get to show you that because he runs for his life.
Second best at that. Second best at that.
And so. Overall, man, this was great for both sides, but greater for Russell Wilson. Shame on anybody that has this man as the 4th best quarterback. I'm not saying he's the number 1. I still love Mahomes, but after Mahomes and even battling with Mahomes, Russell Wilson to me should be right there within that number 1 or number 2 spot on the AFC. That's just my take.
All right, Eddie Damon, let me get you up in here, man. Because man, boy, I'm getting amped over here. Go ahead, Eddie Damon, man. Let me have it.
I like that. I like where we're going with this. Right off the top, I agree. I think that was a good trade for both sides. I think everybody kind of won on that. It's going to be an interesting season.
Yeah.
With the AFC.
It's definitely gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun to watch. I'm telling you, we're gonna have some great episodes during that.
Hey, we finna have some great barbecues.
It's gonna be
fine.
Yeah, for real.
It's gonna be fine to fuck up because I mean, at this point, man, okay. So I didn't even realize till y'all said that shit. I had to take a look myself and just to check out old DK Metcalf. Y'all right, 2nd round. Real talk. I thought he might have came out in the 1st, but y'all right. It's like he's never really been given that weapon, you know what I'm saying? You would think, that okay, well, damn, a quarterback of that, that caliber, you put somebody with him, right? Because they run to do that for anybody else, But it's
DK. Not to stop you, but DK was the only draft pick that they got right since they won a Super Bowl.
And even DK is more so of a physical specimen,
and that's why I thought he was the 1st round, because I never paid attention. But you're right, that's why, because he's such a beast. I was like, well, damn, he came out in the 2nd. So yeah, you're right.
Because his route running is what set him back. If he had like Amari Cooper route running with his size, he would have hands down went within probably the first 15 picks. Yeah. But because his route running wasn't NFL ready, that's what set him back for the 2nd round.
He could smoke you going straight, but he couldn't run.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And the thing about it is it's like, okay, so the only I think they got, and don't get me wrong, it's supposed to be everything in the NFL is supposed to be competitive at this point. Nobody should be playing unless they have to. Like when we talk about these teams like the Giants, we talk about teams like the Jaguars and whatnot, then they're gonna be rebuilding. But so I'm not trying to make it like other teams shouldn't be trying to win now, but Denver to me is definitely a win now team. But you got a few of them. Yeah. That's why when y'all said that, when y'all made that comment earlier, trust me, there is some legitimacy to any type of speculation that maybe a team like Tampa Bay might be trying to get somebody like Deshaun, because they got win now too. And then you got people like Green Bay, and they just went ahead and sold Aaron Rodgers, so they got win now too. So it ought to make for a very interesting season, because not only is Denver a win now 2 team, but they also in the toughest division I've seen in like a long time. Like that division about to be crazy, man. Like seriously. So I think it was Amore. I don't want to get it wrong. Who that said basically about, or it might have been you, D, about trying to put some people with him on top of that. Yeah, I can see that happening, because I mean, let's go ahead and make it happen now. As far as with Seattle, yeah, to me they need to go ahead and start trying to figure out what they're going to do and get a nice good rebuild going. They didn't let go of Wagner. I mean, they just like, okay, this is what we're doing now. So at this point, yeah, I like to see what they come up with, and I'm hoping that now that Legion of Boom is completely gone, and you've got Russell Wilson's completely gone. Let's see what if Pete Carroll don't turn back into Pumpkin itself and turn back into like New England Pete Carroll, and we never know. He might be running back to USC for long. So I find it interesting. But hopefully with these pieces, they can start putting something together and get their hands on something where they can maybe like be a decent team in the next few years. But other than that, yeah, I think it's a great move for everybody. It's because if he didn't want to be there at this point, then yeah, let's make something happen. And Denver is a great place to go because they ready. So
They're ready.
I mean, it's just that's pretty much it for me. Like it's a good move. It was just a good move for both teams.
Yeah. Woo! Guess what, man? It's my go. Let's get it cracking. I'm about to just be real with you, man. First to comment on this, him being 4th on the division, man, I would like to start off by using some quotes from Lil Wayne, man. And this is what he's saying. This is what Russell is saying to Miserable Day in the Neighborhood and and anybody else who doubts him, man. We are not the same. I am a Martian. You should approach my door with caution. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this brother is on a whole new level, man, and we don't give this brother enough love. I'm glad you talked about the Super Bowl. So I just want to run down some numbers of the Super Bowl where he didn't win MVP, and he should have. But let me just give you some facts about this, man. The man was 18 of 25, 206 yards, 8.2 yards average, 2 touchdowns. And we all love QBR, right? He was at 87.8. And you mean to tell me he could not get MVP? Let me scroll down. 10 tackles total for Bobby Wagner, but only 5 was solo, right? The only other person on offense that scored was Marshawn Lynch. And guess what he averaged? 15 carries for 39 yards. Guess how much that is? That's 2.6 yards a carry. So now you tell me, out of all those points they put up 43-6, the majority of that come from Russell Wilson.
Yeah, how'd they get him? Exactly.
How did they get him? How did they get him? Yeah, the defense may have stopped them, but the defense only scored once. Special teams only scored once. All the other scores, guess where they come from? Number 3. It's time that we start putting some respect on this man's name. And for the life of me, I kid you not. I will say this, man. Aaron Rodgers, he's singing this song to you, man. Call an ambulance. Somebody pick up the paper, put his ass on the stretcher, and carry his ass out. Because Aaron Rodgers ain't got shit on Russell Wilson. And I'm tired of people making this facade when it comes down to Aaron Rodgers. Like, he is so great.
I'm tired of that shit too. I don't even.
So look, let's keep it 100. Aaron Rodgers has
pretty much seem to not like Aaron Rodgers. I'm starting to get that vibe, right?
Is
it just me or?
I like him.
I like him.
I don't like him very much anymore. I really don't.
like him, but now they finna make me hate him because they keep talking like he's just the greatest thing since sliced bread.
That's what it is. It ain't even the contract stuff as much. It's all that shit. Like somebody said the other day, I told y'all that. Somebody said the other day, they were like, oh yeah, because he's the greatest of all time. I said, really? No. Where the fuck we get this from? I said, when we start saying that? I said, come on, man, y'all tripping, man.
So now, people may say,
push a narrative and they make something true.
Yeah, they make something true. So look, check this out, man. Aaron Rodgers has been in the league maybe two or 3 seasons more than Russell Wilson, right? Out of game-winning drives, right? And he's been in the league longer than Russell Wilson, right? He only has 18, right? And he's been surrounded by receivers. He's been surrounded by defense. He has everything around him. This man has no lie. When it comes down to winning a game in crucial moments, this man is tied for first. He has 21 game-winning drives. He has 27. He's tied for first. He has 27 game-winning fourth-quarter comebacks. But we're talking about Aaron Rodgers being better than him. We're talking about putting Pete Carroll and keeping Pete Carroll in Seattle, but we're not talking about keeping the man who's giving us wins no matter what we put around him. This man has only had 2 losing seasons. 2 losing seasons. One, he got hurt, and the other one, they was just trash. You know what I mean?
So why do you think that is?
I'm gonna tell you why I think that is.
Come on,
personally,
with it, man.
because he has already expressed how he felt, and they knew already that they didn't want to do that for him, and that's what sucks, man. I'm glad that he left. I didn't want him to leave as a Seahawks fan, but to keep it 100, you got to do what you got to do. I'm going to rock with the brother to the bitter end because this brother has produced no matter what talent you have put around him. No matter
but
what
that's my
talent.
question. Why do you think they didn't want to do it for him? That's the question I'm asking. Why do you think they didn't say, well, damn.
Plain and simple, man, because he named off 6 teams that he wanted to go to after he said, y'all not protecting me. Oh, we not protecting you? Oh, yeah, I'm going to make everything seem like peaches and cream. You know what I mean? Up until that opportunity presents itself, then I'm letting your ass go. And then, hold on. Then I want to get back to the last Super Bowl that they lost. And I don't care how anybody feels because everybody want to say they want to justify the actions between him getting a little bit of a paycheck. Let me be 100 with you, man. You looked at this last Super Bowl, I saw like 4 or 5 pass interference calls in the damn near in the same spot Russell Wilson was at, man. Whenever he threw the ball to Curse and it was picked off, that was clearly pass interference. But we're not going to call that because you want to know why? We got to defend the GOAT. We got to defend the GOAT, but that was clearly and utterly pass interference. And then we all want to talk about how Marshawn Lynch got there. Let's remember, they only got down there because Russell Wilson found his ass wide open on the wheel route.
Yeah,
but we act like, again, and I do it too sometimes, man, we act like Marshawn Lynch just ran the ball down there. Russ threw the pass down there for him. He saw him. He gave him a route, and he was open. So to sit up here and act like this man is not better than Aaron Rodgers or is not better than Pete Carroll, he made Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll got lucky in picking him. Pete Carroll got lucky in beating him.
I won't say it as like I won't go that far as saying he made Pete Carroll, but he definitely was a big part in Pete Carroll's success there.
Last time Pete Carroll went to the Super Bowl, he had Drew Bledsoe under his wing, bro, and he got his ass demolished. You feel what I'm saying? He got his ass demolished. No. Pete Carroll got some good. Yeah, he did get a team there, but he ain't get that ring without number 3. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
And again,
he had a big part of it. I'm just saying I'm not gonna go as far as saying he made him, but he definitely had a big part. He definitely had a big.
I'm almost say this, man. We seen what the GOAT did, and then we seen what Belichick did once they departed. We about to see the same exact story again.
Well, I mean,
just all over again.
Yeah, but not as much because they already been suspect for the past couple of years.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. That's a great point, Mark.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas New England did like, but
again,
Seattle's already been declining.
But Seattle's been declining. But 3 has been the reason why they've been winning.
But
3 not gonna be there no more.
Again, that organization is just suspect because you don't have no superstars on this team, so what's the reason for not getting talent around this guy, And so that just comes down to organizations,
Oh, bro, horrible. So I'll leave that to say this, man. I'm tired of the comparisons. There is no comparison to Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, bro. There is none. If there's a quarterback in the league right now other than 12, right, it should be Russell Wilson. He plays second fiddle to nobody.
So one last question. So why do you think everybody does that? I mean, this is normally the type of stuff we text about. Why right now, while we're recording this, why do you think that everybody seems to think Aaron Rodgers is like the Messiah? I mean, he's good. He's damn good, but why do they think he's the greatest quarterback ever?
I'm gonna answer that question because everybody that's surrounding him that they want to compare him to, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that they want to compare him to, they all pass first teams. He's never been assembled around a pass first team. It's run first down. Pete Carroll coaches like Bill O'Brien. Run, pass. But what he's supposed to do? Well, goddamn it, he's sitting at fucking like 3rd and 12 because they done lost yards running the ball twice. What is he gonna do? He's not given the opportunities. Now he's gonna be given that opportunity because now Denver is a pass first team. It's a pass first balance, and I got a great defense. Oh, bro, get out of here, man. 3 should be tearing it up. And then my last take on this, man. I think there is no 2. There's a 1A and there's a 1B when it comes down to being in the AFC West, man. Because at the end of the day, I will say this, both of them been there once, and then both of them lost once. And that's just how I feel about it. And for all y'all who ever feels like Aaron Rodgers is good, let me remind you, the miserable day in the neighborhood only been to the Super Bowl once, and he has lost every important game since. He even just lost twice
And
in a row, number one. And he lost to Jimmy G.
So you said
don't present me with no more Aaron
Look
Rodgers.
at the puzzle and the goddamn movie. Don't know what do you want to do. We talked about this. We don't want to talk about no more.
No, I'm done with him. But that's all I'm saying. Don't compare my boy to Aaron Rodgers ever again because they're not the same. We are not the same. He is a Martian, and it's time to put some respect on that man.
So hold on, D. So you saying that if the Chargers finish first in that division, you're gonna be surprised in that if Herbert got him there, right? Because you already got it like he's number 3.
I'm not
talking about just record. I'm talking about numbers. If he has a better year than those two, will you be surprised? Will you be shocked?
If Herbert has better numbers than Russell Wilson,
if he has better numbers than Russell Wilson and Mahomes, and they finish first and they win that division, would that surprise you?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be. If they get a good offensive coordinator over there, they're already showing promise over there already by getting back, their top guy, which was Williams last year, which I did say was a problem that there's no way in hell he should have had a better season than Keenan Allen.
No.
Again.
And we talked about that.
Yeah,
you gotta get your man the ball. Gotta get your man the ball.
They were smart to get because there was a lot of guys interested. There was a lot of teams interested in Williams for sure. So they were smart to bring him back, But I won't be surprised at that. I won't be surprised. Honestly, I won't be surprised at either quarterback in that division that ends up outshining another quarterback. I really don't. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be some any given Sunday.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna count for me, man. It's gonna be the wins, the losses, and how far you get in the playoffs, man. Because at the end of the day, somebody got a faulty defense that everybody considers to be number one. Yeah. And by the way, their key safety is looking to leave. So, wish them the best of luck. All right, fellas. So now I feel good about myself, and I got my Seahawks takeout, man. And I feel much better. I feel relief.
Real quick, we're about to leave off of that. Eddie Dean asked it, and nobody answered it. Why do we think they give Aaron Rodgers so much credit?
Come on, please tell me.
Real quick. I don't know. I don't know why. No, we're gonna get off this shit quick. I don't want to hear his fucking name again. Okay. I think the reason why is because
he hate this dude.
Because I don't. I told you. I ain't gonna go back to but no, look.
Yeah, no, don't go back. Just give it to us.
My quick personal what I think is that he's overhyped. That's it. I just think that the media overhypes the man. They overhype him. They still talk about his glory days, and they haven't let that shit go. That's just my quick take, is that he's over fucking hyped. Quick and simple. That's what it is. 100%. That's all it is.
Super Bowl winning quarterback with the longest drought since he's ever been back to the
That's all it is.
Super Bowl.
He's overhyped. That's just he's overhyped.
I agree.
He's the GOAT.
And I'm not. And again, I'm not saying as far as overhyped as in the man wasn't great or isn't a great quarterback.
Yeah, he's solid. I'll take it right now.
His intangibles are amazing. What he can do and how he can extend plays is amazing. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he's being still rated off of his glory days.
It's
time to start
rolling out the record. Thank you. Come on.
It's time to start talking about what the fuck he's been doing for the last 5
let's talk about why hasn't he
That's
been
all.
winning
because
Super Bowls?
Because if that was any other quarterback, they have no problem slamming Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they'd came for his ass by now. You ain't lying.
They don't have problems talking about any other quarterback. Every time we get to a Monday night game, Kirk Cousins hasn't won a Monday night game since. Well, what the fuck has fucking Aaron Rodgers done?
Yeah. He ain't been to the Super Bowl longer than anybody else that won a Super Bowl, but we ain't talking about that. That's illegal.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get this started. I don't want to talk about it no more.
I can't even watch a fucking game with the damn Packers and Chris Collinsworth because he rides his dick so fucking bad. It's sickening, man. I be want to throw up watching this shit.
That's my thing. He's overhyped.
I hate Chris Collinsworth, man.
All fans in the air agree. He is. Yeah. He's overhyped.
He's overhyped as of late.
He's overhyped and underachieved.
Yeah, he's a regular season guy. Yeah. Gets to the playoffs and get knocked out, which we've seen that a lot with NBA, season. NFL. It's what a lot of people.
Harden. He's James Harden.
James Harden of the
football.
NFL. As you said, I believe Eddie Dean said that earlier. That's really what it is.
He's James Harden. He's James Harden.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Fuck Chris Collinsworth. Good night.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I like that. All right, man. So look, so we go from one fake GOAT to an actual real GOAT on this one, man. Yeah. Let's talk about Coach K, man. I think this final tank should be really great, man. It's time to give this man the flowers that he deserves, man.
And it feels so good. It feels so good because I'm an actual Duke fan. So
I'm actually gonna start this off with you, man, because I know how much of a fan you are, man, when it comes to Duke, man. I mean, I love him too. So to say this, man, How do you feel about Coach K? Where do you place him at in the plethora of coaches in basketball? I'm talking about in basketball.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how would you like for his season to end? Do you see him having that fairy tale ending, or do you see him having a bronze or silver finish? And what I mean by bronze or silver
Yeah,
finish
yeah.
is like making Sweet 16 is bronze, and then silver is making it to the Final Four,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
winning is gold.
Yeah.
How do you
That's a
feel
good way to
about
look
that,
at
man?
it.
I mean, personally, man, and not even just personally, because of the guy that he is and the GOAT that he is, there isn't a racketeer. There's only one way to go out for this. There's only one way to go out, and that's to win it. That's the only way. You know, they have these guys that's on this team. They knew what they were signing up for before they got to this team. They knew this was his last season. They know that they need to play better, what they need to do for this man, this legacy. Because you know what? If they don't win this, they're going to go down in the history as a team that didn't finish it off strong for this man. You know what I mean? And why would you want that on your belt and on your legacy for the rest of your careers? That's that. Coach K, man, as far as where do I rank him, this is one of those things where I'm gonna shut it down. This isn't like the LeBron and the Jordan and the Kobe and the Magics that GOAT talk and how we always talk about who's the GOAT. This ain't one of those situations. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna rank him because he's in a league of his own, and that's just point blank. You know, I'm not gonna disrespect no other coaches. I'm not gonna put him next to nobody else. Coach K is in a league of his own. For me, this is more of a matter of giving him his flowers while he's here before he leaves. That's what this is for me. And this take is giving him his flowers. The man has 5 national championships, right? His record is 1,170 wins to only 361 losses, bro. Like that's it. You know, 6 gold medals, right? And within those 6 gold medals, he's had, I mean, some of the biggest egos on those teams that you can possibly think of. And you have guys in the NBA that can't figure out how to deal with one ego as it is, you know, or 2 egos. He's having 6, 7, 8. He's having 6, 7, 8 egos. And bro, his record in the USA with the USA men's team is 88-1. 88-1. 6 gold medals, you know. We see how unstable that they are now since he's left. You know, they try to put some of the best players together, and they let a guy like Fournier come out there and put up 35 and 40 points on their head. You know, and they don't know. It's just, you know, I mean, it's just giving his flowers to him, man. You know, another thing is that I think that his calm demeanor goes. It's one of those things that it's like that. You know how they have some words that have that silent letter in a word, and I think that calm demeanor is like that silent, just structure that nobody pays attention to or talks about enough. That he makes that a lot. We don't talk about what he's. The biggest thing about Coach K is that when we think about Coach K, we think about the record, we think about the recruits that he gets, we think about the you know, his rivalries with North Carolina, the championships, and we think about the guys that he's putting out to the NBA, but we're not thinking about what he's really doing and why guys want to come to him. And it's because he's changing boys into men. He's changing, you know, guys' futures, right? And it's like you can go on and on about the guys that he's put out, like Elton Brand, Grant Hill, Luol Deng, Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram, Jabari Parker, Justice Winslow, Kyrie Irving, JJ Redick, the Plumlee brothers, all of them, you know, Shane Battier, Seth Curry, Chris Duhon, Austin Rivers, Mike Dunleavy, Carlos Boozer, Nolan Smith, Jay Williams. And that's not even to name. And the thing is that every name that I say, mostly everybody's going to know every single one of those guys, right? Mm-hmm. And if they're not in every one of those guys, whether every one of the guys that I named, and that's, I mean, again, that's not even to name, not even half of them, but you're going to remember every one of those guys' names, and either they're in the NBA still, they had a long career in the NBA, they were quiet, never had issues with the media, or they're a respectful analyst till this day, respectful assistant coach, respectable coach.
That's a good point.
They were raised from boys.
Right,
they were raised.
That's a good point.
They were raised from boys to men, and that's what I'm trying to get to. We talk about all his accolades and stuff, but it's deeper than that. He's being a father figure to these guys and getting them prepped for life.
Like, did you see his last home game? There was guys that had no reason being there, guys that weren't even Duke alumni, guys that were from colleges all around. Jerry Seinfeld was
Yeah,
there.
that's legacy. That's
I
just
mean,
legacy.
there was so, and that's how, I mean, not, I say Jerry Seinfeld. There were so many different Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers that were there from different schools and alma maters. That's what this guy means to sports. And you know, and man, I mean, you can go on and on about him, man. And again, this is for me. This is just about giving the flowers. I've been a Duke fan since 2000, and you know, like I said, these men went from boys to men, not by themselves, because of the structure and because of what this man did. We could talk about the, you know, everything he's done, but at the end of the day, I just want to sit here and I want to give my, you know, just I just want to. I'm happy to have said that I was a Duke fan and that I was alive to see this. And, you know, obviously, I would like to say I'm going to show the tapes on him when my kids start watching sports. But obviously, you know, kids aren't going to understand, you know, he's this coach and they're not going to get into as he gets later in life. But again, man, he's done so much for this, for the world of sports and for these men that have came in and left. His resume, it doesn't speak enough for what Coach K means to everybody in the sports world, and that's my take. But congratulations, Coach K, on your retirement, and you deserve all the flowers that you're gonna get from every single person.
Sweet. JJ, man, let me get you in there, man, because that was deep. That was deep. Damn, he took all my points.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, yeah, that's basically what I was gonna say. How do you top that? But
it's hard, huh?
I'm sorry, it's just because I'm a Duke fan. If it was a regular, if it was
that's why I wanted to start with you, bro. That's why I wanted to start with you.
If it was somebody else's team, it probably would have been done 5 minutes ago. But you know, I've been a Duke fan since I started watching college sports. So,
but I mean, to put my little tidbit in there, I mean, the guy is like y'all said. I mean, the guy is just, he's been out of the headlines. He's done all his stuff in the back, you know, like in the background. You know, he didn't need the spotlight, nothing like that. I mean, he did his part and he did it right. I mean, if you wanted somebody to lead your program, I mean, this is the guy. I mean, who else? The dude gave you 42 years of his life. I mean, you can't top that. I mean, and he did it as well as anybody could do it.
Yeah, man, that's deep, bro. That 42 years is a long time, man, to give to somebody.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, Amori said it best. I mean, I can't really say much after that. I mean, it's just that.
You want to see if you can, you know, chime in and show some love for old coach?
My take is a little different, but it's along the same lines, but it's from a different. I got more like some questions for y'all, real quick.
Yeah, ask away, man. I like asking questions.
I'm going somewhere with this. Yeah. Any of y'all play or ever been fond of Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Y'all play that, or y'all am I alone?
Yeah.
Any of y'all ever been fond of playing Madden?
Oh, yeah.
So,
you know, I'm most definitely, that's me.
So, what my take on this is a little different because of my memories and my experience. I'm somewhere in, I think around my 8th grade year, right? And at that point, if it wasn't something pertaining to whatever little girls we was talking to in middle school, then it was video games.
Right.
And one of the best games I've ever played in my life was Coach K on Genesis.
Yeah, keep going.
Now, let me explain. Back in them days, you had NBA Live. It was way before they started with 2K. It wasn't no 2K back in 95.
Yeah.
Back in 95, you had NBA Live 95. NBA Live 95 had a great engine. And the gameplay was ridiculous. What you end up getting was Coach K on Genesis. I'm going to tell you something. This was our Madden for that back in the day.
For back in the day.
Time,
keep
I
going.
was kind of familiar with Coach K a little bit. I am a UConn fan. I've been a UConn fan little after that, ever since Ray Allen was there.
Yeah.
And all them years where they won
Jesus
with
Shuttlesworth.
Jesus, with Khalid El-Amin, all them guys like that. Always been probably like the year after that, like '96. I think when Marcus Camby were at UMass and Duncan was at Wake Forest that year. That was a great year. So anyway, '95 you had because I think even the team that was great on that game was UCLA. I think O'Bannon and them won in '95. So we used to stay up all night playing this damn game all night long. We wore that shit out. We wore them joysticks out. I say, man, Coach K must be a bad motherfucker. So I started like doing the research and everything, where kind of starting to really take a look, because that wasn't my team. My buddy, he was a big Duke fan, I guess since like '92 with Christian Laettner and the shot and everything. Grant Hill, I love Grant Hill, but
yes, we do.
That wasn't my love Grant Hill, but that wasn't my team. But you got people like Grant Hill, So anyway, everything that Amari said is true as far as like the national titles. What he got, like 5? I think he won the 3. I know he won the 6 Gomez, but I think he won the 3 as a head coach. All this, everything is true. All the accolades, the best like winning percentage. The most wins, all that good stuff. To me, what made him different was because he actually touched my life being 14 years old playing that game all damn night. I thought to this day, that's like Tecmo Bowl or something.
It's like Tecmo Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, that's like Contra. Remember how you brought up Contra earlier? And that was 30-something. Hell, I think Contra might have been 35 years ago. That's what Coach K was. That's what that game was. If there's a game that we play now, and this is good, let's say on 2K, with 2K or something like that, that's what me and my friends compare it to. Like, oh man, it's good, but it ain't Coach K.
It ain't Coach K,
but it's good.
Yeah.
And after watching everything that this man has accomplished, and this is from not being a fan of the team, just sitting there and paying attention to just everything that he's done in his career, the level of respect. I'll never forget being at Lamar, which is, for anybody watching this ain't from around here, it's a university, local university. And I remember I think it was my freshman year, that's when they won their division, their conference, and they played. They played
Duke.
Duke was the number 1 seed.
I remember this. I remember this, bro. I remember this. Yeah,
that's who they had was Chris Duhon and who else played? Goddamn, I'm trying to remember that team now. But yeah, that's who they were. That's who they had to play. And yeah, they ran through their ass like shit through a goose, man. But it's still
no contest, bro.
I remember it wasn't about, oh man, they get to play Duke. It's like, no, they get to play Coach K.
Hey.
It's like he is that team. Yeah. So yeah, it's just he's just like it's like some people transcend like just normal levels and they become almost kind of like on a Jordan level, like where they become almost like mythical. He's mythical level when it comes to college basketball. When it comes to sports, let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, when it comes to sports, man, he's mythical, bro.
I commend Amari J 1,000% because he didn't want to make the comparison. I'm gonna make the comparison. I look at stuff like with John Wooden, right, and the championships he won with the 10. I still feel like Coach K was a better coach, and that's because
I do too.
I feel that Wooden was kind of like to me, and this it wasn't my generation, so it's easy for me to do that because I watched what Coach K did. I've seen what Wooden did with the specific talent he had back then and the runs he made. It's kind of like the Celtics winning 11 championships, right? It's one of those things where it's like, well, what the fuck was going on in the sport during that time? Whereas with Coach K, I've watched how he's taken teams, like that same team I talked about with Grant Hill, what was it, Bobby Hurley, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Christian Laettner, back in the 90s and shit. And he continued to win. I was in school, my semester, that was like 2000 or some shit. And he continued to win. I think his last national championship was in 15.
Was in 15, yeah.
So to me, I give that like a lot. It's kind of like Popovich. I give it kind of like more credit because it's like, it wasn't like, oh, I just got Michael Jordan, so we're just gonna we're gonna make a run and we're gonna win 3-4 championships.
Yeah.
No, you had to get over a career, players to want to come in. Man, Amari J made you know what? Sometimes you gotta take your fucking hat off to a good take, and that was a hell of a take. When he was like, look at the character of these dudes that he fucking coached. Man, I ain't gonna lie. that you kind of wrecked the mic on that, bro.
Yeah, you wrecked the mic on that one, bro. Like
I
for real.
felt kind of bad for JJ. I was like, ooh, I'm glad JJ next. 'Cause I want to. After that shit, I was like, man, you stole the show with that.
Yeah, he did.
Because that was such a sobering point. Like it was so respectable a point. Like you're right. I'm looking back on those dudes you talking about, and I'm like, I don't never remember none of them having any issues and running with the law.
Yeah, and it goes
beating they wife's ass and shit.
Because
they all seem solid dudes. So that says something. I'm sorry,
it does
say
something.
something.
It's because like even when you can tie it to like a job, right? As a manager, like how many times have you worked for a company, right? And your manager seems to always bring in these fuck dudes, bro. Like, just this reputation of you knew they were gonna be shit before they came in.
Before they got there.
Yes,
yeah.
And you keep bringing them in. You keep bringing them in, but then you complain once you get them in that they not shit. Well, you knew they wasn't shit before you got them.
Or like some chick that complained about a dude when you like, man, I knew that dude all the time. He ain't never been shit. What you talking about?
You knew he had 2, 3, 4 girlfriends before you got with him in the first place.
Why? Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. And not to say that he
ain't never gonna be shit.
Yeah, and not to say that he just got these outstanding citizens before they came to him. No, I really believe he had a big part. But you get what I'm saying,
steel sharp and steel. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's still sharp and steel, bro.
And I just think that was a great point. I think that was like the best point the whole night. Like really, of all the takes.
Really,
like
of all the takes, man. Yeah,
I mean, because when you said that, I felt that one. Like I really believe it. Like you know what?
I really believe it. I really
and it says a lot about the man and. It's funny because me and my sister were having a quick conversation about that. I ain't about to get that deep into that, but we were talking about teachers from high school, like who actually had an effect on us. So it's amazing. And he's that guy like times 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I really believe that if you are like, and I mean, I've never been coached by him, but the result is there. Like Amar said,
it's proven.
Result is there.
And I had one person like that in my high school career that believed in me, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's still alive, but but
hey,
if I can ever,
if you listening, thank you, brother.
And Mr. Brashak,
helped me out, bro.
And Mr. Brashak, man, I was going through tough times, man. Mr. Brashak.
Who you got, JJ? Who was your teacher?
Man, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I didn't have none of those teachers, man.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
What school you went to?
Yeah. The same one I went to. Shit, I graduated right after his ass. I mean, shit.
Yeah, Mr. Brashak, man, for real. I hope that one day I can get this out to him. He was a big influence on my life.
Mr. Narcisse, my algebra teacher. He was a
algebra 2.
Yeah,
and his crazy part was that
all kind of shit. He was at Cap Beach party when I went that year, my 12th grade year. I had number respect for that dude. That dude kept me straight, seriously.
And algebra was my worst subject, bro. And it's crazy. That was my worst subject, and I gave him the most problems, but he was the
most problems.
And he was the most impactful
person in your life.
Yes, man. Amen, bro. That's the guy I'm talking about. His same thing for me. Same thing.
Man, I mean, y'all saying that, that's what y'all making me not think, because this is not something I have to think on, man. For me, it was my 5th grade teacher, man, Mr. Portery, or Dr. Portery, as we call him, man. Man, he would always call me his son, man. You know what I mean? He kind of took me under his wing, man. And I know for a lot of people, man, they always thought that I was super smart, right? Obviously, I was. But I had this one lady, man, in the 4th grade, man, who basically made me feel like I was, like, retarded, right? And I needed to be on, like, all kind of medicine, right? And I inherited this brother, you know what I mean, who took me in, man. And ever since I had him, bro, I've had the utmost confidence, and I realized how smart I was, man. Thanks to Dr. Portery, man. Like, because I could have been down a path where I just thought that seriously, like, I just wasn't a smart kid. And come to find out, I'm smart as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just had a shitty ass teacher. And sometimes it takes a really good teacher to bring out a really good
bring out the
student,
best
man.
in you.
To bring out the best in me, man.
Well, I guess
so
we all got our own Coach K.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So if Dr. Portery, man, he knows it, and I see him, often, man. Like, I love him and I respect him, man, because he brought out the best in me, and I always excelled ever since him, man.
Yeah,
so that's real, man. Some of us are granted those,
and at the end of the day, this all comes from Coach K. And
Coach K.
And so man.
So I look, I don't have nothing to take on him on Coach K.
The
only thing that I hope for is that I wish he wins gold, man, and I want him to win the Final Four. But if he makes the Sweet 16 to me, man, that's still a win in my eyes, man.
No, sir.
You don't think so?
No.
With that talent that he got on the squad, bro, that's a win for me, man.
They have enough talent to win it all, and I'm going
Okay.
with they got to win it all. They got enough talent.
Oh no, I'm with you, but I would be okay. I would just be, you know what, man?
No, yeah, I hear you, but like I said, as highly as this, it has to be.
Yeah, you have to.
Y'all can argue this and debate this because I get both sides. I agree with you, D. At this point, he has nothing else to prove, but I get what Amari is saying. When that's your team, it's like
that's your team. Yeah, no. He's right though, but that's his team, and that's the legacy, and that's the legacy that he has, man. Like the best way to go out, man, is number one, man. Everybody wants to ride out on the high horse, but I'm gonna say this one thing too, and then we'll be good to go, man. Off of this, man. But he's the only coach that I know of, man, who can coach men, who can coach boys into men, and still be a leader amongst men. Like you don't see that often, man. When it comes to coaching, man. Like most times I'll poke fun at, oh man, you're a great college coach, which means like you can coach young men, but can you coach grown men? You know what I mean?
He can coach both.
Coach K can coach anybody that he wants to coach, man, and be a good role model for anybody, man. So hats off to Coach K, man.
Yeah, I wish he'd win in the WNBA. He'd win there no matter where you put him.
I think he'll win regardless, man.
Yeah,
he's
gonna win. He's just gonna win.
He's to me, I'm gonna say it, bro. If there's a GOAT when it comes to coaching, bro, I think I'm blessed to say that I was able to see one of the GOATs. You know what I mean? When it comes down to coaching anything, man. Like this man is remarkable at what he does, man. And man, you can't say nothing else bad about Coach K, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, fellas, I truly appreciate that take, man. That take felt very, very good, man. Like I said, I really wanted to save that one for last because that was more heartfelt. Amari J, man, thanks for killing that topic, man, because that was sweet and dear to the heart and very educational, man, for those who don't know. Again, like most times that we do stuff, man, mental issues is real, man. Mental illness is a real thing, man. Please respect those that go through mental issues. Alcoholism and gambling is an issue. You know what I mean? Please make sure, you know what I mean, you take care of yourself. Anytime we are on the show drinking, man, we are drinking water, whether you guys see it or not, man. We always got our water with us, man. So please make sure, like when you out and about drinking, man, please make sure that you're drinking water, man, and making sure that you are always around people that'll take care of you, man. Call an Uber, call Lyft, whatever it is that you got to do to get home safe. As always, man, you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Snapchat. You can follow us on Facebook. And you can follow us on the Twitter. Fellas, I appreciate it again. Amari J, Eddie Dean, JJ.
Amari J.
Beautiful segment, fellas. I can't wait till our next one, man, so we could be as live and amped, man, going into that one, man. And again, this is Call It How We See It. Peace out, y'all.
Sir.
Love y'all. Remember to always respect, always respect other people's opinions, whether or not you agree with them or not, man, because that's the beauty of being a human being. Hey, and shout out to the ones to the missing people that we missed in our lives, man. Sean, Sal, I love y'all, man. Heaven is always here, man. So, man, I look forward to seeing y'all one day, man, when I make it to the pearly gates.
Amen.
Love y'all, man. Peace out. Hitty out, big dog.
Call it how we see it. Call it how we see it.
Hennessy time is over, baby.
Yes, sir.
We just call it how we see it.